Yeah, it was I needed it. I needed to relax. It was hard, but we saw the benefits what happened with Calvin, taking that year off, and I fully got healed. I gave, my fiance gave birth, so I got to kind of like settle in and just concentrate on that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so when you do that, I mean, you realize that you're doing it for the right reasons, and there's discipline to do that. But the whole time you're like, man, let's go, get me booked, or do you really like take the time to enjoy it and unplug for a while?
No, I was fully bought in. I was like, all right, listen, we need to take some time off. It was like, I want to say it was like a jab that Cheeto hit me with, and it just felt like my face just broke. It was like, all right, and I think it was from still rushing it from the Aldo fight. So it was one of those things like, all right, let's sit back. I don't ever want to feel that again.
Yeah. So when you know it's time, all right, now it's time to go, is it something physically in the way you feel, or is it something mentally in the way you feel that you think, okay, now let's get back in there?
A little bit of both, a little bit of both. Physically, I feel 100%. Mentally, I'm there. I feel checked in. I feel, like I miss it. I miss it getting in there. I miss the camp. I miss the sparring. I miss the, I miss even just cutting weight. Like the last fight, it was like I was just basically just trying to get to the fight. It wasn't like a game plan. It wasn't really much like fun to that Cheeto fight. It was just trying to make weight and just rushing it to get there.
Yeah. Now you're back and you're on a big pay-per-view event, sold out, Miami. I mean, first big venue crowd you've had in a while, right? So, I mean, does that excite you? I mean, once you're in there, it's just a fight in a cage, right? But does that environment excite you?
Yeah, 100%. This is my first fight in front of a crowd since Ricky Simone. That was DC. I believe that was 2019. So it's been a while. Obviously the Apex is cool, but there's nothing like this. Nice.
Talk about the matchup itself, because when it was announced, I think on paper, everybody's like, oh, this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Is that what you thought as well?
100%. Adrian brings it. He's I believe, 5-0 in the UFC, 11-fight win streak. He's finishing a lot of guys. He's making bonuses all over the place. So Adrian Yanez, Rob Font, it has Fight of the Night written all over it.
100%. Well, did you have to be talked into it all? Like, because there's some guys who are in your position like, well, he's the new kid. I've been paying my dues, facing champions. Like, he's got to earn his way here. Did you have that attitude, or was it like, no, let's do this right away?
Yeah, it was like, let's just go. I'm ready to get back in there. Obviously the way the division was booked and how the fights were working out, you had everybody basically booked up. And obviously I am fighting backwards, but, it is what it is. Why not do it with an exciting guy that's going to bring it and stand up and try to take my head off as well?
Last thing for me, I mean, you are still right there at the top of the division. This would be a big win. So right now, I mean, do you think about that stuff and what's my path to the title, or is it maybe like better to step away and not have to think about that for a while?
Man, I'm not thinking about anything else but Adrian Yanez right now. This kid's he's dangerous. He's I'm not letting him take my number.
Rob, right here. Adrian put out a post on Instagram when this fight was announced, and he said it was a trip because when he made his pro debut, you had just signed to the UFC. So he hadn't even thought about competing in the UFC by the time you were already in there. So do you relish this role as like these young kids coming up and they have to get through you to the next chapter of their career?
Man, I've been saying this whole time. I'm not even treating him like a young kid. This is a grown ass man coming in here trying to take my head off. He's not like he's not 18. So it's kind of like he's a grown man. So I'm not looking at him like that. He's a grown man. So like I'm gonna treat him like one.
And obviously, a lot's made of his boxing. You obviously train with Calvin quite a bit, he's highly regarded in his boxing. How does Adrian's boxing compare to the rest of these guys that you train with?
He's sharp, man. He's sharp. I love the body work. I love how he goes to the body. I love his head movement. He's one of these guys that, like, if you sleep on him, he's taking you out.
And some big news this past weekend, Endeavor bought 51% stake in the WWE. You guys are kind of co-workers now with those wrestlers. So what do you make of that news?
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. That's huge. Hopefully that stock goes up, right?
And how do you see the main event playing between Izzy and Alex?
Oh, man, it's a great fight. It sucks that, it's like more of a mental fight for Izzy, and unfortunately I kind of see the champ sticking with the belt.
Rob, over here. Quick question for you. You're about the biggest betting underdog you've been in a majority of your time in the UFC here, and I'm just kind of curious. You fought some fighters that I think are inarguably better than Adrian Yanez, or at least had more impressive careers leading up to those fights. Just kind of curious. Do you embrace this underdog role? Do you think it's kind of disrespectful? Just curious your take on that.
No, I'll embrace it. Put some money on me, man. You're gonna win some money for sure.
Perfect. And then just curious too, your take on Miami. Have you been here before? Do you enjoy fighting here? Just kind of curious your take on Miami.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it so far. The weather's amazing. I couldn't wait to get out of Boston. I grew up in Tampa. I spent 10 years in Tampa. Came out here a couple times, but I never fought in Florida. So this is pretty cool. I get to finally fight in Florida, and yeah, I'm just enjoying it. I can't wait to get out and really enjoy it after this fight.
Thank you.
Boom, boom. Perfect. Thank you, guys.